Hello, driver. Welcome to the training center. Today we will explore the Class 843, and you will get to know some new and interesting things about it. Start by approaching the train. Let's begin our walk around by checking the exterior. Check that the buffers aren't pushed inside. Continue by looking under and checking that nothing is hanging from the bogies. Also check that the fuel caps aren't missing and air intakes aren't full of grass or snow. Great. Now that we have checked and everything is all right, you can board the train. Here we are looking at the RTO. You can operate train heating and lights from here. It is also possible to turn on the engine preheating here. Proceed further into the train. We will stop at the air cabinet. Here you see the red air valves coming into and from the BSE indirect brake controller. Close all of them if you need to tow this train. Those electro-pneumatic valves belong to the BSE indirect brake controller. Valves YB and YR are braking valves, where YR controls the emergency braking. Valve YO is for releasing. YZ controls brake cutout, and YS is for the quick release. Those electro-pneumatic valves belong to the BPE direct brake controller. Valves YV70 and YV71 are braking and releasing valves. Valves YV81 and YV83 control the parking brake. Valves YV82 and YV84 then control the complementary brake, which applies in case the electrodynamic brake isn't strong enough. You can find two red handles behind the dark boxes. Those valves can close the air connection between the bogies and the rest of the air system. Here is the brain of this vehicle, the central computer and traction regulator. As the Class 843 trains were created between years 1995 and 1997, some of the components still use analog control circuits. Here also lies the GM15 signal converter, which converts all signals between their analog and digital representation. Below, you can find some important breakers, which control diesel engines and traction engines. Breakers here control practically everything on this vehicle, ranging from simple things like wipers to more important things like the central computer or regulator. Switches here can switch between normal and backup type of regulation. You can also disable inputs into regulator, which could render the vehicle unusable for a while, but can be helpful with some problem solving. The little switch is particularly important, as it can turn on the maximum level of engine coolings. Here you see the voltage and ampere meters. Check the leftmost ampere meter after starting if the batteries are charging. The most important switch below is the second one from the left, as this switch can turn off the electrodynamic brake. Use this when you have issues with the electrodynamic brake.
That is all for today, driver. Good luck on the rails.
Welcome to the Training Center. Today you will learn the basic operations of the Czech Class 843. Open the battery cover and set the switch on the batteries to get electric power. Give the display a few seconds to boot up, then switch the master key to the rightmost position to activate this cab. See the black page after the display has loaded. On this page, you can see information about this train, such as which vehicles are present, their length, weight, and other properties. Press Enter to acknowledge new train information and cancel the present failure. Set the reverser to position D, engine only. In this position, you can start the engines. The engine selection switch decides which engine to start. The Class 843 has 2 diesel engines, and this way you can start or shut them down. Positions in the left controls this vehicle, and positions in the right control other vehicles in the train. Start by setting the switch to left position 1. Now, hold the green start button until the engine starts. It is necessary to hold the button. Otherwise, the engine won't start. Set the engine selection switch to position 2 to select the other engine. Now set the reverser to position P, forward. Set the brake cutout switch to the cut-in position so you can start filling the brake pipe and release the brakes. Set the throttle and brake lever to the J position. In this position, the locomotive would start filling the brake pipe and release the brakes. Hold the throttle and brake lever in the S position. In this position, you can increase the set power to get the train moving. You can see the set power on the display going between -100%, 0%, and 100%. The power will increase as long as you hold the lever in this position. After returning the lever to the J position, the set power will be maintained. You can also decrease the set power in the V position. Decrease the set power to under 30% as the speed reaches 55 kilometers per hour, and then apply the power again. You have now triggered the field weakening. It also activates automatically around 70 kilometers per hour, but in some cases it is more suitable to do it this way, so it will activate earlier. In a similar way, you can also control the electrodynamic brake. Decrease the power back to 0% and then hold the throttle and brake lever in BE position to increase the braking power. Set braking power can be then decreased in the J position. Now decrease the power back to 0% and hold the throttle and brake lever in the BP position. This position applies the pneumatic brakes. Those can also be released in the J position. Great job! You have learned some of the basics. You can continue to more training courses or start driving the 843 hauled services now.